Section 0.4 Guidance to Handle Limitations. Theory Chunk 0.4 Spiritual science would say in regard to own limitation: 1. Your inner laws, intuition, and norm are made by your environment, authorities, society, culture. 2. The potential of your intellect is determined by your genes. 3. Your intelligence can only be nourished within the limitation of your genes through your environment. 4. As such, your behavior, moral views, and your intellect are determined by your genes and your environment. To contrast it in short toward ancient wisdom: 1. Your heart has morals and laws beyond what is seen through your environment, interacting with your genes. 2. Your potential of intelligence can be increased through using wisdom and guidance of the heart, or God's guidance. 3. Wisdom is purified through conduct, and wisdom purifies conduct. 4. Your own behavior, moral views, there are also wrong views, and your intellect are bedded through your own decisions and your own pursuit. Ancient wisdom may seem fine and interesting, but many would ask, how can you use this practically with the irrational, instead of just a vague elite that may help with people who are still bound to their heart, but is problematic in a cold society? The simple answer is: search good options to use them until you find them. Manual 1 goes much deeper into this, also against the denial of objective morality. Spiritual science would claim, on the other hand, that your intellect is determined by your genes and your body, and you are limited to it, as well as your norms are limited by your environment that you learn through society, while some may even say it would be best to let go of norms and focus on pleasure. Let's just mention for now, if people are limiting themselves to their body and not willing to seek beyond the teachings of genes and environment, but seek to be kept in a classification that others put on them, they can't rise beyond their own set mental limitation or blockages. Or they try to force others in such classifications to look down on them who seem stupid because of their IQ. As such, they can be looked down as average as well, in comparison. To look down with a measure of hierarchy, they trade that they are looked down on as well, and who live with a claim of superiority through their intellect may even live a shallow, heartless life, and won't ever get the wisdom of the heart, a guide beyond any intellect. As such, today, you need to add to ancient wisdom: don't limit yourself to the view that you were limited by your body, nor teachings of your environment. Insight beyond genes and environment seemed trivial in times of ancient wisdom. Today it seems nearly unimaginable for many spiritual scientists that you can be not limited by genes and environment. Again, I show ancient wisdom and current spiritual science are in contradiction to each other. You can't have it both currently. For the following training section, read the manual. Note at the end of the training section: on the previous page I guided you how to use conduct to purify wisdom and knowledge. Even so, this can go in much more detail. document your own experience and further hindrance that you were confronted with to overcome them. This is a way to actually improve concepts, to guide with them to better action, while it is important that the concepts in itself shouldn't lead to wrong guidance. It is not enough to add new elements in and make concepts seemingly more compassionate, when other crucial elements lead to wrong as well as to be unscrupulous. In the end, it is about the consistency of morals to be used for action. It is not that truth can be seen as detached from morals, but that some accept and detach lies from logic and morals. Now, some may ask, what are morals? They were not objective, some may claim, but only subjective. This is not true, ancient wisdom would conclude. In the Digha Nikaya, Sutta Pitaka long discourses, Samanaphala Sutta, the fruits of the homeless life, and Brahmajala Sutta, the supreme net, what the teaching is not, it is described what accomplished morality, perfected morality, and inferior morals are. I will just mention accomplished morality here. See Manual 1 for going deeper into morality and its structural influence with my wisdom of clarity and more detailed nuances. Accomplished morality is to seek to do no harm to life. As such, it is important to have compassion. Wisdom purifies conduct as well, uses good actions that you need to conclude to adapt wrong concepts of knowledge to good conduct, improve such concepts as well to conclude further conduct for your daily limitation. End of section 0.4. Add-on to the limitations teachings. 1. Limitations are caused within by mental blockages, but this isn't all to it. 2. They also want to create outside limitations to block you outside. 3. And then they claim their outside wrongs done to you were your own fault and cause of your own limitations. They attribute the wrongs they do outside to your inside by just lying. What does this mean for you as someone unprivileged? 1. Grow within better than their outside limitations on you. 2. Disregard the false positivity of their false society with which they lure you to the wars. 3. Create rebellious force outside and react to change the world within, such as well. While it is also their responsibility to join you, if they don't do it, it is their fault. Well, I made all needed, but they don't join me or didn't join me. They betrayed me for these evil races and Antichrist to benefit of them, instead to take the proper path with me against them. Explaining it a little bit further. Limitation caused inside by wrong claims of them create mental blockages. Outside problems and hindrances made by them create outside blockages. The false attribution of outside blockages to inside blockages creates transformation blockages that block you from transforming and stops you from further going on. So it is needed to grow within better than outside limitations. Now such breaks through inside blockages. 2. Don't trust the false positive lures of the outside false society. helps you to break through outside blockages instead to cling on the wrongs and help them to grow the wrongs. And 3, build and gather together as the rebellious forces breaks outside transformational blockages.